I'm not going to do local recording because I live dangerously. And I don't have any room on my computer.
Wow. I'm just checking some news.
I need to get you some hard drive.
Yeah, it's just like... It's like a goldfish. It just grows to whatever the tank size is.
Yeah. For like a minute from starting, I'm just going to check to see if I got texted. Nope.
Guys,
right. No one cares about me.
Hey!
I care about you, TJ.
I care.
Don't even notice I left.
Frag dolls. Remember the
relevant?
frag dolls?
What is a frag doll?
They're an all-women's professional gaming team. They've been around since...
2010, it says here.
Well, maybe the current team, but they've been around since I went to PAX way back in 2004.
Ubisoft.
Oh, it looks like they've got different divisions in different countries. That's cool. What is the state of esports right now? I've been like checked out from that world.
All right, I got some names of this female esports team here. And I'm gonna well, it's hard to read them because they're like assigned a poster from 2007 here. But we have Valkyrie, that's a good name. Psyche, like psycho, but with an E at the end. Psych, I guess.
Or Psyche.
That's all right. Now, I will mention that this photo I'm looking at has more people on it than it has signed names. So not everybody signed this. Here's a person called Brooklyn. They need to work on their gamer tag.
That's just like a name.
I can't read that one. Caliber, spelled with a Y instead of an I. That's pretty good, actually, for a girl fighting or shooting game name.
Especially if her name is Callie.
Yeah. And then Jinx, that's pretty good. That's just a classic e-sporty type name. And then there's this Asian member, I'm assuming. Asian American. And based on her name, she has chosen seppuku, which is the ritualistic self-suicide. I don't know if I'd use that as my gamer name to strike fear into the hearts of the enemies. I feel like I'd probably choose something, a different Japanese sounding name than that one.
And not kamikaze.
No, exactly. See, there's so many of these that just don't work. Anyway, let us go.
Let us
to
pray.
Figure out our audio levels. Are you on Twitchy?
Yeah, I'm very twitchy.
All right, let me twitch it up.
Now, I said not kamikaze, but kamikaze actually comes from two words. Kami, which means like spirit,
Yeah.
and kaze, which means wind. They're really just the wind spirits, but they were
Kamehameha.
suicidal wind spirits for that particular airborne crew.
Yeah, and they were all methed out. Like, I heard the kamikaze pilots were just, like, doped to the gills.
It's really weird about, like, Twitch. Is that, like, right now, Twitch is, like, such a, like, weird thing that I think it's, like, going to change the way television works. Because right now, Twitch Presents is just playing episodes of Pokemon. like, you know what I mean, though? There's, like, 16,000 people just watching TV, basically.
Yeah.
Like, it's you know what I mean? Like, that is the
It's like what they did with Bob Ross.
Yeah, exactly. But, I mean, like, I feel like I would see that being more and more popular.
I wonder what the, like, concurrent viewers of, like, all of terrestrial TV versus all of Twitch right now.
My big question is Pink Sparkle streaming right now?
Hopefully. Pink Sparkles raid!
Pink_Sparkles is not streaming. She's offline. When was the last time she streamed? Just chatting. It's a hot day. And then some emojis that didn't translate yesterday.
Okay.
For 3 hours and 36 minutes. I'm not gonna lie. She's starting to go over that hump of too much plastic surgery now.
Yeah.
Like before it was like, all right, whatever.
Wait,
now
did she
it's
get
just like-
more since that big, like, I went to Korea for plastic
No, I
surgery
think that's what I'm
thing?
talking about. Because I'm sure she took some time off for that. Like, it's all right to get in shape and stuff, but like, she has some really serious implants now. Like, it's just like, why do people do that?
Because they feel empty inside.
Like,
That's why anybody
I'm
does
sure
anything.
you looked fine before. Like, there's people that I know that I used to go to school with have gotten plastic surgery, like a lot of it, and it's just like, you look so much worse now. Like, you, I'm sure, would look older, like we all do, and a little worse for wear. But you definitely wouldn't look as weird as you look now. Anyway, let me get some levels.
Get some levels.
All right, here's John talking on his level. Here's the John Danger you're listening to, born in the 80s. This is episode 346, and I'm joined by my co-host.
This is Matt Haig, and unlike John, I think you should do whatever makes you happy.
Okay, and TJ.
TJ May, I've kind of forgotten what happiness is anymore.
It took too long to talk, and so I can't hear myself. All right, TJ sounds pretty good. I'm gonna turn him down just a slight smidgen.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, TJ, I think you found happiness right now, and that is eating Taco Bell alone. But you're not alone. You're eating with friends.
And all of the internet.
This is technically
This is mukbang.
a mukbang, yeah.
My fingers are cold. It's cold outside.
Well, why don't you turn the heat back on?
Could have turned off the car.
Do you want to know what the sad part about my life is? Is that I downloaded the Twitch Prime loot for Apex Legends, and that's what got me to install Apex Legends, and I just opened the 5 free game thing, or free loot boxes, and then I stopped playing.
You just wanted to open loot boxes?
Yeah, man.
There's like mobile games that are just like loot box simulators.
Yeah, there's
Get
a
one of those.
specific... Yeah, there's a specific Steam game that's like a loot box simulator. And the Call of Duty update added loot boxes.
Oh, good.
This one. Yeah, but the loot boxes are kind of... It's all completely like just bullshit. It's just gun skins and whatnot. Oh wait, no, never mind. They didn't just add it.
Apex
You get-
Legends stuff is like that from what I can see. It's all just a bunch of skins.
No, they didn't just add it. Sorry. The way that the Call of Duty Black Ops multiplayer works is that until you get to like rank 10, you don't get any of that stuff. So it's hidden away from you. But it's not like bad. You just like earn a loot box every 3 or 4 games, and it's just like a gun skin.
Okay.
Like,
Is there like a
whatever.
real currency thing that you can exchange to if you don't want to wait? Because
Yeah, you can buy COD coins.
Yeah.
that's where it gets kind of shitty. Is if it's not just game rewards, but you can also just pay money for it. It's like, then
Yeah.
why do I care?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just gun skins. See, I see it as the reason why I play. Because, like, right now...
Because there's no
so-
persistent like advancement between games, right?
Yeah, and so it's... Well, so the way that Call of Duty Black Ops 4 does multiplayer, like, unlocks is that you get... They have, like, a season. So this season is, I think, the next 70 days with this update pack. And then there's, like, every game you play, you, like, unlock tiers. It's just like Fortnite on, like, the pass. And that's free. Everyone gets that. And so it's, like, a reason to keep playing is to unlock, like, the next thing. Because there's, like, really cool, like, rare gun skins. There's some cool, like, player, like, skins where, like, one of the characters just, like, wear, like, 70s cop outfit with a huge mustache. Like, that looks cool. So, like... That's free. I mean, if you've already bought the game, like, you just have to unlock that. Or you could pay COD coins to unlock tiers for you. But I don't know.
COD
Like-
coins is a really unfortunate name for a currency.
They're not COD coins. They're CP. They're Call of Duty points. TJ.
God. Oh,
But anyway,
COD coins.
before we start
I
the
love
podcast, sorry, what'd you say?
I love CP.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Before we start though, I've like overcome. Maybe this should be part of the podcast, but let's just start. Is that okay, TJ? Are you okay to start?
Yeah, let's just start.
Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 346. I'm your host, John Danger Road, joined by my co-hosts.
Matt Haig.
And TJ, the T is for Taco Bell May.
Yes, TJ's consuming Taco Bell currently in a parking lot.
This is a
while he's
mukbang
out.
podcast.
Yeah, mukbang. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about Call of Duty Black Ops 4, which I got way into, like 7 months after it came out, because I think it came out in August. I got a free copy.
October.
Whatever. Oh, the August posts were probably about the beta then. So, because I think the blackout mode beta started like in the late summer. So anyway, the game came out in October. I've been playing a lot of it, and I talked a little bit before we started, but so you can check that out after the credits at the end. Be a little extra there, but I've reached the like point where like I was really like getting my ass annihilated in the game constantly, and then it clicked over the last like 2 days, and now I'm like competent at Call of Duty, and like to the point where I was on the losing team that got completely annihilated, but I was the best player on the team and I got play of the game, so in one of the matches. But like it's kind of clicked with me finally, just like that fine-tuned twitchy shooting. Like it's like riding a bike.
Yeah.
Like I haven't played Call of Duty in like 5 or 6 years.
Did you just
and,
wake
like,
up one morning and you found that all of the neurons finally like snapped
Yeah.
into place?
Yeah, because like now I'm like my KD ratio, kill to death, is like at like 100 now, and a little bit over in a lot of matches. As long as I'm not getting, because like sometimes you get like completely just annihilated by the other team because they're just so much better. And then the way that the perk systems work, like if you ever play Call of Duty, you have kill streaks. They're called score streaks now because you get points added to them for not like just killing people, just for like damaging people or setting up traps that like, or like calling in things that help the team. You get points. And so like when you get a score streak, the first level you'll get like a UAV which will fly over the map, and then it'll like point out other people, like the other team members, where their locations are. So you'll get points if other people. So it kind of like rolls. So like that will get you points because every time someone kills someone that's been spotted via that, you'll get points for that. And the next thing will be like an airstrike where you like pull out a laptop and like point a missile that you see like top down the map, and you can like land on top of enemies, and you get points for that. And then there's like a gunship at the top level where you like take control of a gunship and are just shooting down on the map from above. So like there's points when you're getting like so annihilated on the other team where the other team is just constantly just like gunshipping, and like there's one map where it just like literally couldn't like you'd spawn and just get blown up immediately. Like that'll happen. So like those, nothing you can do about that other than just take it and then get your experience points at the end of that one and just move on to the next one. But it's been really good. Like I've gotten way into it. A thing I really like about this game that I think it's just obviously just continue to refine this, like their systems, but they're like they have like each like couple weeks they'll change like the like a featured mode like thing. So that's like to keep the people focused into like one pool of like server queue, basically to like keep the count high. And so like they'll just highlight a thing every couple weeks and to get people in. But they have game modes that are called mercenary map or mercenary mosh pit, which is just like a big pool of maps and a big pool of random modes. And mercenary means you can't play in parties, and that removes the getting annihilated, like when you hit tab and you see the other team all has the same clan tag, and you're like, great, we're gonna get annihilated because they're on voice comms. Like they obviously like are amateur professional playing, like doing some. It's like we're gonna get fucking annihilated.
They've got like their playbook of different strategies.
Oh yeah,
Do 4, 5, 6. Do blue 93.
Maybe not that accomplished, but like against a bunch of people, like I turned voice comms off. Like,
oh yeah, same.
The first thing I did was I was playing it was fine, whatever, and then like one match there's just some like fucking obvious 10-year-old kid like chatting with this other guy casually, and I was like, I'm done, I'm not listening to this. like I like when you're playing these team deathmatch modes or whatever, it's like so obvious what you should be doing. Like there's no need for communication, like get to the fucking point, when you're playing domination. So like, yeah, there's no point in chatting because it's just gonna suck ass. Because like everyone's the worst is what you find in these multiplayer games.
Yeah.
So, but it's been fun. Like it's just the feel of the shooting and the I get this, like I just have my keyboard here and I'm like just constantly slamming on the space bar to respawn because I just want to get in as quickly as possible. Because like the time to kill is just like 20 seconds. Like you're just in. And then you have that moment where you have to like, that's like what Call of Duty is that you have like 20 seconds and then there is like a 2-second engagement window where you need to aim better than the other person and then it's over. And then if you win that, you can heal and then go back to the next thing. If you lose that, then you're just respawning. So it's just like this loop of that, like, and it's addicting, I guess, like constantly just trying again. So anyway, I'm way into it. I played literally all weekend. Unlocked a ton of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Light machine gun. Light machine gun is my big thing now. I was trying to figure out what gun I should use, and I got into that. So that's like you got your SMGs, your little guns.
It's a submachine gun.
It's one below it. It's a sub to the machine gun. Yes. It's below.
It's
it.
Like if you need
There's
a speaker that's low, it's like usually you'll have 2 machine guns, and then you'll have 1 submachine gun right in the center of the room to get that nice bass.
Yeah, the rat-a-tat-tat bass. No. So submachine guns basically do less damage, but they fire a lot more bullets, and they don't have a lot of range. So basically, if you get into... And so like each gun kind of has a situation. Like the submachine gun is... I'm going to be running around in corridors this entire map. So I'm going to switch to the submachine gun because if I'm, 10 yards away from someone, I'm going to win against an assault rifle because I'm going to be able to put more bullets in them and do more damage. And then there's assault rifles, which are pretty much your best gun in most situations because it works at medium and long range. And then there's the LMG, which is like the assault rifle, but a little bit better close up because it fires faster, but a little bit worse long range. But still can be used long range. But anyway, so I found that to be better because when you're fighting people long range in these shooters, like the people that are good at it are going to kill you every time because they know what they're doing. The people that are good at sniping these games are always going to destroy you. So, you just want to like, try and close the distance and
you get lucky by like jumping around a corner or something.
Yep. That's kind of how it works. And then it's like, so like I think my progression this weekend has been the get lucky jumping around corner killing people to actively going on like 2 or 3 or 4 kills a life kind of like runs where I'm actually like making like because part of it's learning the maps too and like learning tactical decisions of okay, I ran to this room engaged, there were like 3 guys across the room, I shot and killed one, I started getting shot at, so I ran around the corner, hit the button because this game doesn't have regenerating health like the other ones. There's a heal button that like recharges every 20 seconds, so you have to like hit yourself with the heal, and so I know the layout and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna run around the outside because I can get around behind them from this angle, and then like I did that. That's how I had to play the game. Is I ran around behind and just shot like 4 people on the side. They had no clue I was there with the LMG and just annihilated them. So it's just it just feels good. Like I guess I'm at the point where I feel like I'm getting better at the game. So and I want to bring up another thing. I was watching Giant Bomb. They do like Friday game streams. They came up with an interesting term, which I really like, and it's the I forget what they didn't come up with a good word for it. But they wanted a good word for this term of like when you are doing something or playing something and you're like, kind of just starting for the first time, you're kind of having fun with it. And then you're like, all right, I'm going to get serious about doing this thing. And then you get worse. You know what I mean? Like the idea is like when you actually start trying, you like get worse because you're doing it the right way. Instead of just like button mashing or just like jumping around corners with the shotgun, you're like, okay, no, I'm actually going to like load out my guy, take time to learn these corridors and like, learn the engagement points. And then like at that point you're getting killed because you're not jumping around corners and people are like sneaking up behind you because you're like not moving as quickly and twitchy as before. But then like you get over that hump where you're like, all right, now like I'm doing so much better with my spatial awareness and like that. But like, yeah, so I think that's really interesting because that totally, I feel like is a thing.
Did they
like,
come up with a term?
I don't remember.
Because I got one.
What is it?
Well, I got one that I just made up.
Okay.
It's the Commitment Skill Valley.
The Commitment Skill Valley.
That makes that works. Because like I've encountered that in everything, like even in music and stuff.
Yeah.
When you're the first time you start like focusing on what your fingers are doing, they all go to shit. Yeah.
When you're like fucking noodling around, you're just like, whatever. And then you're like, all right, I gotta.
Then you try to do a thing, and it's like you almost end up like your brain flips out because it's trying so hard to do the right thing that it just ends up doing completely the wrong thing. And then later when you're able to like relax into it more, then like the work starts to pay off.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna check their website to see if people commented their chat thoughts on that. Somebody came up with some.
Well, you should let them know that TJ came up with the word, and they now owe Born in the 80s network podcasts $1 million.
Yeah,
that's how money works, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What the fuck is the goddamn? Oh man, they had some good ones though.
Writer. One time I tried to write, and it was just a lot worse than just putting words on a piece of paper.
That's actually a really good thing because like when you're just like typing out like responses in like Discord or whatever, you're just like that, and then you actually like try and sit down and come up with like a good thing. I feel like it sounds worse than if it was just off the cuff.
Yeah, it's because part of it's you get all in your head about it, and stuff always comes out better when it's just like flowing naturally. Yeah. So if you try to force it, it's just gonna get all fucked up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyway, it's like that amateur professional gap that exists. Mm-hmm. So that's a bit. I think it's like the biggest for me. To like the biggest when I see it is like fighting games. Like if you play like a fighting game like Smash Bros, you can just button mash or whatever, and then it's like, okay, I'm gonna like learn the moves of this guy and like be deliberate, and then you get just annihilated because you're not going fast enough, but you're like trying to hit the combos the correct way, to maximize. And so it's like you have to get worse to get better, basically. And that's like such a thing with like games and sports that I'm surprised there isn't like a word for it. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, that's my thoughts.
I also played a shooty game, and I am not going to get better at it probably. I played Apex Legends, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing in that game.
Mm-hmm.
So,
really?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just everything moves so fast, and I think like once I learn the map a little bit better and I know like where to go for loot, because it's not as just like scattered around like it was in PlayerUnknown, where you like have to find these chests around. So there have been games where I spent like 2 minutes searching for a chest and then died.
Yeah, that's the key with that's like with my Call of Duty. Like the key was just because like I did the map pack for the map pack playlist, so it's just 2 maps, and so I've learned those very well, and so I feel like I know where and it, like what, you know what I mean, like, so I think that's a big part of it is like just learning that map. Yeah, so you like know where to go and like what to do. And it's just like putting the hours in.
I've already gotten way more kills than I did in PUBG though. I think I've gotten like 3 or 4 kills.
That's the thing, is that PUBG is a game that was all about being... It's a simulation-y game. You know, it's all about bullet drop. It's all about positioning. So, like, if you're playing with somebody who's good, they're going to be able to kill you from a distance in which you can't see them. Whereas in Apex Legends, there's sniping in it, but it's not as much of a sniping game.
No.
Because the movement's so much quicker. You can, like, hop around and get into cover if you need quickly. And, yeah, so...
Yeah, and it's... The way the weapons are tuned, it seems like it's easy to like step into a firefight and then get like the killing blow.
Yeah, I just don't have like anything. I just don't have any interest in playing like battle royale games anymore.
Yeah,
like it's just that like because like I've been playing like Call of Duty, and then that death respawn like half a second is just so much fun. It's like popcorn. Like I'm just enjoying it. Like I don't know, like being able to like shoot at someone, because like that's the hardest part about like PUBG and like learning Apex Legends is that you'll play, you know, a 10-minute match or 15-minute match, and you'll be shooting for 2 minutes of it.
Yeah,
you know, like it's just so like getting good at shooting is hard, and so that's one thing that's great about like, you know, Call of Duty is that like you get in, you're gonna get to shoot at people a lot. So yeah,
and you could just like throw yourself at the enemy over and over again.
That's one thing I guess I've heard about like PUBG. I don't know if we ever want to go back, but I know that they had that I think it was called like Warzone like mod or like alternate version where it was like you had respawns on or something. Like if your team was still alive, you would respawn if you died. So
war mode.
Yeah, war mode.
So that's the mode where it just turns it into like a regular shooter game.
Yeah, it's like team deathmatch. Like that, I would be more interested in because
I feel like
200
kills to win.
Yeah, so that way I feel like I would get much better at. Dicking around and like, you know, hiding and then maybe taking a couple shots and maybe getting a couple kills versus like, you know, and that was fun, but like it would just be like, all right, we're gonna die now because this group of 3 people rolled up and they know what they're doing. Like, you know, I just never felt like we could hold our own because you just don't get that practice in. They need to have those. That's what, like, a lot of people were saying that like zombies mode in PUBG was good for. Like the custom game.
I never played that.
You can shoot at people. Uh-oh. Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Oh, boy. Uh-oh.
I can hear you fine.
I can't hear...
Check. Okay.
I can't hear Matt. Okay, good.
I could hear you that whole time.
Oh, you couldn't?
Well, no, I could hear you.
Okay. All right. I saw Matt. It's mouth moving, but...
No, I didn't say anything until the very end there. So we should be good.
Yeah.
The like IGN website broke my audio shit for a minute.
I was just talking about that. Like I clicked on the thing and it just auto played a video loudly.
Yeah.
I wonder if war mode is like a permanent thing. Like I uninstalled PUBG.
I don't know. I'm afraid to look up articles about it now. It's gonna break everything.
Right? Just fucking annihilate your goddamn audio setup.
There's some like embedded videos do that stuff sometimes where it's just like, no, I control this now.
Oh, I'm pulling the audio away because you need to listen to this video. Is there a plugin for like Google Chrome that stops like videos?
Oh, I bet there is.
So, because I saw this, because somebody was mentioning how Firefox has a built-in setting that automatically kills autoplay videos, and I was like, shit, man, I need that because those are the worst. and they will never not be the worst. But I want to get my boy TJ in on the discussion here. TJ, are you with us?
Are we going to talk about Pokemon Gun?
That's what I wanted to talk about. We're already talking about video games, so let's roll right into it. Pokemon Gun is coming out. No release date.
How the heck are we going to abbreviate this? Is Swoshi? SNS?
That is true because Sword and Shield both have the same, S.
At least in text. For Red, Blue, Yellow, it's RBY or just RB. You've got GSC for Gold, Silver, Crystal. You've got RSE for Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. Fire Red, Leaf, Green. FRLG. Blah, 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 blah.
They were just not thinking of the internet when they came up with these.
Yeah, I've seen people use S ampersand S, which I can get
just
the whole
SS.
thing about the ampersand.
Yeah, just SS. Pokemon SS.
Soul
This is
Silver.
where all the Pokemon are Nazis.
No, we're the Nazis. The Pokemon are the ones we're keeping hostage.
There's already SS. That's Soul Silver.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
So
Yeah, it's got to. Okay, here's what it's going to be.
I want to use the way Japan does abbreviations. It's Swoshi.
Well, that's.
Pokemon Swoshi.
So I was thinking it would be SWSH, but then people would just call it Swish.
I'm fine with that.
Swish Bish.
Pokemon Swish? Yeah, this is a basketball Pokemon game. Got this.
So they announced they had like it was funny because they had like a Nintendo Direct planned, and then they were like Pokemon Nintendo Direct, and that was all that they said, and everyone's like, oh well, this is the Pokemon Switch.
Yep.
Like everyone just assumed because they had said that they were going to talk about it later, so it was like, and people were right. It was the Switch, the new Pokemon, and I think they're done. They're done with the 3DS. Like, I don't think they have a first-party game announced for this year.
Yes. I don't think it's out yet. It's the remake of Bowser's Inside Story.
Oh, you're right. That's it, though.
Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s something.
Bowser's Insides.
Yeah, you want to get up in Bowser's Insides.
That game's really good. I've got the original on DS.
Oh, yeah. This is already out, though, TJ.
Oh, is that out already?
Yeah, I think that came out in, like, January or something.
Maybe it is done.
February 11th. No, that's 2009, the first version. When did that come out? Fucking A. I'm never going to find this. God, I got to Google it because when I Google it, it has the original DS version.
Just Mario and Luigi release date.
Mario and Luigi, yeah, they didn't go to that spa. It was January 19th.
Okay.
They didn't have full release. So yeah, there's nothing planned after that. Nintendo is the fucking weirdest company. I guess Sony did the same thing with the Vita, where they stopped announcing games for it, but they're like not talking about how it's dead. They just don't talk about it. Like with the Vita for like years, they're just like, we're not going to mention it anymore. And it's still, you can buy it, but like, it's just the same thing with Nintendo. Is like,
if it only just like 2 weeks ago finally went out of production in Japan.
The Vita, yeah.
But Swoshi.
Yeah, so they announced Sword and Shield,
which is the worst kind of Yoshi.
It's a Swole Yoshi.
Swole Yoshi. Swole-shi.
Swole-shi.
Well, I'm sure I can find that.
So, while John's looking for that, when they decided to do their little thing where they're showing off these buildings and this countryside and this and that, and they started showing off the buildings and the kind of like technological stuff, lots of gears and things, I immediately thought, I'm like, oh yeah, that's that place from that one Assassin's Creed game. A Syndicate. So
I'm
like,
okay.
It's gotta be London. It's gotta be the UK. And
yeah.
It is. I forget the name of the new region.
Galar.
Galar. Okay. But yeah, it is based off of the UK.
Yeah, it does. It's very.
I think the Scottish Highlands are there. They may have included Wales somewhere as part of it. They showed like a big stadium type place that you could do some battles in. Showed a lot of the old Pokemon. And then it was at the end of the video, it showed some very high resolution cutscenes that involved all 3 of the new starters. At least of the cutscene video. We've got our Hoppy Fire Bunny.
Yes.
Store Bunny. Which, as opposed to most fire type starters, this one's mostly white with red trim, as opposed to almost every other fire type starter has been mostly red because fire.
Mm-hmm.
Then from
maybe
there,
that means he's hotter than the other fire starters, because white is a hotter flame.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And then they showed my little shy baby lizard coming out of the water. And that's Sobble. He's my baby. Don't say bad things about Sobble. I mean, we don't know final evolutions, but I'm kind of a water type trainer to begin with, so this will be Gen 8. I'll have picked 5 water type starters over the 8 generations, and only 3 grass types, because fire's for scrubs. And then we have got a monkey with a stick in his head.
Hey, Grookey.
Grookey.
Grookey gang, Grookey gang, Grookey gang, Grookey gang. It's my favorite. He's my boy.
That's all we got.
Yeah, that's like literally all they had.
We don't know what the Pokemon has been, at least since Gold and Silver. Their covers, like the names of the game and there's always like a picture of a Pokemon on the cover, and that's always one of the legendary Pokemon that has to do with the story, somewhat.
Yeah.
Well, we know the titles are called Sword and Shield, but other than seeing a picture of a sword with a little wolf head on the end and a picture of a shield with a wolf head on the top, we don't know crap. We got our Swole Yoshi.
Yeah.
We got one here.
That first one, though, that one's from Super Mario RPG.
That's Fat Yoshi. Right, we got this
That's
guy.
Swoshi. That's Swoshi.
Here's Swoshi. Here's another one.
That's more realistic Swoshi.
Yep.
Oh.
I don't see why Swoshi would have
What about
hair.
this one? How's this one treating you?
That's Thoshi.
That's thick with 2 C's.
Koshi.
And what about this guy?
For
It's
all
like
of our
not
audio
even.
listeners, if you'd like to join in the fun, just go to YOLO420.com/born in the 80s.
That's right.
All lowercase. We've got them posted in our Discord.
Yes.
And I'm now sad.
Why are you sad? Because you have to.
I can't look at it right now.
Yeah, you have to switch away. That's right. You can't It's just he likes our Discord so much. He's sad he can't be on it right now. Because our Discord is fucking the tits. It's all there's great memes.
Yeah, the best memes, the greatest
mean,
memes, beautiful memes.
Yep. And people chatting. So yeah, feel free to join us there.
It's
SEO.
free as opposed to my Snapchat.
Yeah.
That's true. Only subs get snaps.
Yeah. And then you have to sub to
Fuck,
TJ's
man.
channel to get TJ's snaps.
I got a dom to TJ's channel.
I'm more of a switch on TJ's channel. I think that's
Daddy
more
down
of a
slash
switch.
little girl.
I'm a
DDLG.
power bottom subscriber. Oh, I didn't resub. Whoa, look at that.
Yeah, I need my sub points so I can make a Jorts emote.
Well, you're resubbed
Thank you.
by me. You're playing some
Thank you
Rhythm
for
Head
subs.
Fever blindfolded, but we talked about that.
Yeah.
I haven't streamed yet in a while, like ever. I feel left out because I'm the only person who's not a Twitch partner.
Maybe
or
you should
whatever.
stop sucking so much.
Well, you know what? You're right. Although for my own benefit, I haven't streamed in like 6 months, so it's pretty hard to become a Twitch affiliate if you don't use the service.
Have you guys done your play and everything? Is that all done?
What play?
I thought you auditioned for a role.
Oh yeah, that's all done.
Okay.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I definitely saw it.
Yeah, Matt came out and saw me. It was really nice of him to come out and support his friend.
Well, it's the least I could do after you come to all my shows. So.
What shows do you do?
The burlesque show.
But is that original music?
No, but I push buttons.
I want a show of just Matt playing music in front of a crowd.
Well, you know what? You can get that on YouTube whenever you want it. It's youtube.com/MattHaigMusic.
That's right. We can watch that.
All right. I just have a random question.
Okay.
Because you guys were going to talk about this on Twitter probably about a week ago.
Okay.
And you guys could choose not to talk about it.
Okay. I choose not to talk about it.
Perfect.
I choose to talk about it.
So, what was going on with the Mercury Stardust's Facebook page?
Oh God.
Oh, yeah.
If it's nothing, don't worry about it. We'll move on.
It's not nothing, but it's not anything.
It was just like sense. I kept getting these email notifications that like various little podcast related pages were being deleted, and click here if you want to stop it.
Okay, that makes sense.
And it turned out Mercury was just like, I don't want these in my feed, and I'm not going to figure out how to mod myself, so I'm just going to try and delete the pages.
Yeah, she just like deleted the little podcast page.
Yeah.
You're like, no, just remove yourself from it if you're not going to be a part of it anymore. You don't need to delete it for everyone. Not that people use that anymore.
No, but it's like has old pictures and stuff that probably would have gone away.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I'm going to get real with people about podcasts and marketing and whatnot.
Before we do that, Mercury's using female pronouns now, right?
Yes.
That's correct.
That's what I've been hearing. Okay.
Correct.
Except she's very bad about misgendering herself in front of large audiences.
Well, it's new to her, so
yeah.
I'm sure it would take me some time, and I'm sure we'll mess up every once and again because we knew her as a him for much longer than she was a her.
You got to undo all that programming. That takes a while.
Yeah. So, because she was on this podcast as Tyler for a long time. Yeah. Like many, many episodes. So, that's why I'm just used to because we don't really hang out anymore because she's basically constantly burlesquing.
Yes. Just constantly doing shows and tours and shit.
Yeah.
Seems really exhausting.
Yeah, I guess if you're into that, like, if that's what you want to do, then do it. That's kind of what she's doing, so that's pretty cool. No, I wanted to get into Facebook and marketing in general. It's fucking shit. Facebook is the worst for marketing stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, it used to be, like, maybe 6 or 7 years ago, you could post a page for stuff, get your friends to like it, and then, like, it might organically get, like, shared around, and people might see it. And now it's, like, you have to pay them for anyone to see it. It's, you know what I mean? Like, and so it's just so stupid. And, like, nobody is going to, like, click on this, unless you put real money into it.
I think the way most of the advertisements work now is you pay, like, per impression. Yeah. But you have no way of verifying that those are actually real people seeing your ad. It could just be, like, Facebook's army of bots or whatever.
Well, the bot still has to see it.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at buffer.com. How to promote your podcast.
Oh, God.
I think Twitter's probably still going to be up there as much as it's
iTunes is the number one
app.
It's 70% of all podcast downloads are from iTunes.
I'm toying with the idea of trying to do like a Twitter promoted post the next time I upload a song, but I have no idea what that would cost or how to do it.
Leverage your guest's audience. That doesn't really work. But I like this. Make it easy for guests to share by creating audio snippets to share or quotes with their, like, a quote from the podcast with an image of them.
And that's something I wanted to get into over time.
Like an audio GIF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Promote on social media is basically useless. It's worse than useless. You know what I mean? Like, nobody looks at that stuff.
There was a a couple year period where promoting stuff on social media was really great, and the people that were into it at that time are still like at the top of like various YouTube and podcast fields.
Here is the thing that I think would be really good to do. I'm reading right now. Converting the audio to a YouTube video and naming your video interview with ... for potential SEO. You know, we did an interview with an extremely famous person on this podcast once. We probably should have that on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably
You know what I mean? Just that episode.
And we can lie
the
too.
name.
We can say like interview with Dustin Hoffman on this episode.
Well, you know, okay, sure, yes, we could lie. Oh my God, we should do that, and then I'll do an impression of Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah.
Hey, can
And
I
then
have grope you? I'm Dustin Hoffman in the 70s.
You make the thumbnail like a stolen stock photo of somebody's boobs or something.
Yeah, and then you have big cartoon eyes on it, and a guy's
and a
making
red
face
circle.
Like, what? You have to have like a huge mouth open YouTube face, thumbnail face. YouTube
We're
thumbnail
gonna
face.
be so good at YouTube.
But anyway, that seems really good actually, because I guess it's reading here. Google algorithms for YouTube videos are favored heavily over like web pages or RSS feeds. So if you had a video of that episode, so I think that should be. Where do we want to put this? Do you want to put this on your Byte Industries page? Shouldn't we do that since I cannot monetize my page?
Yeah.
Are you monetizing that?
No.
Oh.
I think you have to reach a certain number of subscribers to monetize, and I don't have it on that page.
You don't.
Oh, really?
No. Yeah, you can just monetize. You just have to like go in and click through a couple hoops.
Yeah.
Because they don't want you to. They don't want to miss out on the chance that you're going to upload a video that gets 20 million views, because they make money on those ads and you make money on those ads. So they'll let you if you like or qualify. So I think you should do that before that. Not that I think
maybe I'll give you permission to like be a channel editor or something. I think there's a way to do that.
That might be the easiest way.
Should we link each of the episodes to the really bad transcript that we're doing over on Otter?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've got 4 episodes done, but
no, man, I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Keep doing it.
So, submit your podcast to podcatchers and aggregators. We don't have to do that. We're already on all these ones listed, because if you're on iTunes, you basically just get auto listed.
Yeah.
Transcribe the audio.
We're doing that.
Oh, rev.com is $1 a minute. Whoo! Some long ones. Some of these, that would be like $120-ish per episode at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. I don't know why, like we've talked about this, the anonymity of the things that you can say in the middle of a podcast is so perfect. I don't know if I'd want everything done.
It's not good.
No, I want the thing TJ's doing, but then feed it back through like a text to voice thing, so it reads it back at us in a robot voice.
Yeah. Here's throw a 2-week ratings party. One of the most significant factors in driving a podcast up the charts in iTunes and into the new and noteworthy section. You have 8 weeks from when you launch to get in the new and noteworthy section, which is what we did in this podcast, which is insane.
And look at us now.
Yeah. Well, we lost a
most
large portion of that listenership, because I think those first episodes had 10 or 20,000 downloads.
Yeah. And they were
really bad.
Yeah.
Audio quality wise. So that's a lesson learned right there. How to enter. Run a giveaway contest is pretty good. If you leave a review on iTunes, you get to win a giveaway.
Okay, here's what we should do.
I don't like that, because that feels like you're cheating.
Yeah. Well, like, we could do something with game codes from bundles that you're not using and stuff like that.
I'll drive to your house and deliver your Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I just want to mention that 0 of these were useful to me.
No.
Yeah.
Because like all these strategies are kind of bullshit. So let me just yell at why these suck real quick. Leverage your guests' audience. It's bullshit if you don't do a show with guests.
Well, even if you do, on Running with Scissors, we had a guest like every week, and we would get a bump based
Yep.
on the popularity of that week's guest.
Yep.
But they never stuck around for another
Correct.
episode.
Exactly, because they're just going to listen to the episode with the guest on it. All right.
It's like we had 5 extra live viewers when we had Cole Watson on.
Yeah.
This one is actually useful. Promote on social media. Sound bites, videos, images, teasers. That would be the best way. To do, like, audio clips of, like, parts of the show with, like, the... like how people like will do like a my brother and me like animation.
Yeah, I love those. We should get a
that,
listener that's a really good animator.
No, not even that, but like just doing clips with like a not even like animation, but I've seen where they're just like like text being put on screen like in an interesting way. You know,
yeah,
it wouldn't be too difficult to do. So like that seems like useful, but like the problem with this is all just like. Try and get virally caught for something, basically. And that like doesn't seem like the way to put a good show together. You know? It's like you need someone to be a marketer full time.
Yeah.
You know, to even get a chance. So like put 3 episodes on launch day. That's useless if you've already launched a podcast.
No, but so that is good advice if you're gonna start a podcast. Record like 10 episodes. And then pick whichever one's the best one and put that out first. Yeah. And then put the other 10 out right after it.
Yeah, that's what they're saying right here is put 3 episodes out the first day and then like 2 or 3 in the first 2 weeks just to like get a... Because like if somebody wants to like listen to your podcast and they like it, they're going to be like, I'm not going to wait around a week to like...
I think our problem is that we're just not starting enough new podcasts. Every week we should start a new podcast.
That's true.
And then try to funnel that audience back into Born in the 80s.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So what you're basically saying is we want to do like a Herbalife podcast pyramid scheme.
Yes.
So we want every podcast to kick up to our podcast.
Yes. So each of us will start a new podcast every week, and those new podcasts will start 2 new podcasts each.
Okay.
And it's not a pyramid scheme. So much as it's not even a scheme, really.
Yeah, it's a reverse money funnel.
Yes.
That's what I'd call it.
Yes.
You know, it's not a pyramid, clearly. You know, pyramids don't point downwards.
Yeah, of course.
All right. A little bit of meta, really quick. It's March. Did we do a top games of 2018?
Nah, I don't care.
Okay.
My top game of 2018 was Fallout 76.
I completely forgot about that, TJ. I think we did. I think we talked about it on an episode just as like part of it. Just
Everyone
like a quick...
said God of War, and that was it.
Yeah, I didn't really play that much God of War.
No, not you. I'm just most places were saying God of War.
Yes. I played a little bit of that.
Who didn't have the benefit of long enough hindsight were saying Red Dead Redemption 2.
Transcribe the audio seems pointless. This is like these are not good tips. Like transcribe the audio is pointless. What do you do with that transcribed audio? Because like they're giving you like ideas of things you can do, but not actually what to do with them. You know, like I want to know what do I need to say. Like I think I ragged on fucking Jake Paul for that thing he did, but he had like a video like class series where he would talk to you how he markets on like Instagram and Twitter and YouTube and stuff. And like it was very actually like useful information. I'm like, okay, you need to like set up all of your things to have like these type of words in them because they'll get picked up. You know, like that's what I need to know. Not this like bullshit of like convert a video, make a YouTube video of your episodes. Like it's like bullshit. Like a ratings party, a giveaway contest.
We need controversy.
That's right. All right.
That's what it is.
You're right. All right, let's call out somebody. Who we calling out? Will Wheaton. You motherfucker. I'm always calling him out. Being a guest on somebody else's podcast, that again isn't helpful unless they have an audience.
Yeah, where'd Matt go?
Oh, he went off because he hates everyone.
Okay, bye, Matt.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, what were you saying?
I just said bye, Matt.
Before that.
You need controversy?
Yeah, what are we doing for controversy? What are we doing?
I don't know. Do we need to do fake infighting? Do we need to make this WWE?
No, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
We already had enough real infighting, and that didn't help anything.
Oh, that's true. Mercury, come one episode. That's all I'm asking.
Mercury, come back.
I was a
Talk
big
to
fan.
Lance.
I haven't watched the burlesque yet, but that's because I'm not in the area.
It won't go well.
No,
I haven't watched the burlesque yet because I don't like burlesque. And Matt's not here to hear that, but I'm going to say it. I don't really think it's interesting. I don't like dancing. You know, that doesn't interest me. And this is kind of like that, so it's like interpretive dance.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure it's good and interesting if you like it and are interested in it, but it's just like not a world I'm a part of. So I just don't. Like, I've seen it. I've seen him dance. Seen her dance. Sorry. To be fair, Mercury was presenting or as a man at the point when I watched at that point. But, yeah, so I don't know. Just, yep. Anyway, we weren't talking about anything, Matt. What's going on?
Okay.
Matt, here we go. 11 steps for attracting new podcast listeners. 1, network.
Pass.
Yeah, but that's got to be legitimate, you know, not this like follow for follow crap.
I just want to say
we should go to podcasting conferences.
All of these articles are absolute horseshit and useless because you're saying market, like network. What do I do to network? Like, I know what networking is, but how does that work in podcasting? Like anyway. Sorry.
Yeah. You got to get on other people's shows.
Choose a good host. Podcasting
we can't
host.
do that.
No, it's talking about like data storage hosting.
Oh, okay.
Which is so useless and stupid anyway because you need that to have a podcast. Maximize SEO. See, this is what we need, guys.
We need some of that hashtag soup.
Interact with the internet.
That's all I do.
Guys, interact with the internet.
I don't know how.
Opt for classic advertising.
What the fuck does that mean? I don't know what any of this means.
Sometimes the most classic form of advertising is just the way to go. Oh, you know what I think about the most classic form of advertising is Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the classic advertising form. Once you've figured out what keywords to target, consider paying for paid advertising, Google AdWords, Reddit ads, Facebook ads. Reddit ads might make sense. Facebook is pointless. Instagram is where it's at if you want ads.
But you can't do like links on Instagram, or can you in ad posts?
You can an initial comment, I think.
Effectively, hey Matt, I want you to effectively use social media. Please. This is the dumbest fucking shit. Someone wrote this entire article. Hey, use the internet good. That's your tip. Like, what?
Yeah,
Tell me how.
That's what like marketing experts, quote unquote, on the internet are. Their whole thing is just coming up with dumb articles to write.
Did you know that many of your podcast listeners, subscribers are also social media participants?
No.
Who would have thought? I'm sorry.
Okay, shut up.
It's like those job posts I see for like, you know, be the social media manager for this. Requires SEO optimization of 7 to 10 years, even though that kind of SEO training hasn't been around for more than 5.
Encourage listener interaction, guys. Have a Q&A section.
These are all for just like a business that's like, we need to reach out to customers. We should make a podcast.
This is the Arby's cast, and we need to figure out how to sell more roast beef sandwiches. That's not us.
No, we're the Yum Brands cast.
Guys, I've got it. Here's the first good tip. Market your product.
Okay.
That's it. Just market it, you know?
Is there anything beyond these like headlines? It's not like this is the header and then here's a full paragraph explaining what that means.
It is a full paragraph explaining zero. Let me read you the market your product one.
Okay.
When it comes down to it, your podcast is your product, and it's crucial you market your product in order to increase your reach. As we discussed earlier, by supplementing your podcast with blog posts, microblogs, or even YouTube previews. Next, focus on cross-promotion with other brands, podcasts, and newsletters. This is like 10 tips right there in one tip that was completely pointless. Engaging other influencers. This is like all buzzwords. Engaging other influencers in your specific focus area is another means of reaching out to more potential listeners. Whenever you publish a new episode, promote it through your social media channels and have your guests promote the podcast on their personal and business social media. What if you don't have guests? Anyway, the key is to ask for shares and recommendations early on. And this happened deliberately by asking for shares and recommendations early. Wait, oh my God, check this out. A fucking robot wrote this. The key is to ask for shares and recommendations early on. Make this happen faster by deliberately asking for shares and recommendations early on. What is that sentence?
Yep.
Whether it's on the air or off the air, perhaps a call to action in your blogcat or show notes. That is Dr. James comments on this. One comment, very insightful. I look forward to putting some of these ideas into practice for my podcast. Thanks. Doesn't list a link or name of his podcast on this. He missed out on a marketing opportunity.
He's also
right
probably
there.
not a real human.
I'm going to leave a reply to this with my email and website.
All right, here's
why
your
not?
action item, listeners,
Okay.
because we're supposed to do that. Here's a call to action. What you should do is, if you want to be as happy as me, pay $1. Mail it to Happy Guy at Born in the 80s Podcast.
Is this illegal what you're
I
suggesting
don't
there?
know. Definitely don't burn your house down. That's your call to action.
Okay. Sorry, I'm linking to bornintheeighties.net.
That's what you should do. Just go to random shitty message boards and stuff. Go to the comment section on local news agency articles.
Yeah. I want to do a thing where it's what is Born in the 80s?
Yeah.
And, just put mailers out. Remember when
Are
the
your kids trying Born in the 80s?
Remember, some say it's more addictive than juuling. I feel like I just signed our website up for we're gonna get a fucking virus put on the Born in the 80s website because I fucking put a link on this thing. It's obviously not real. It's called weeditpodcast.com, and I think it sounds like basically you send them raw audio and they make a podcast out of it. I want to read what their pricing is. And podcasting is like a scam.
Yeah.
Now, it's gotten so popular, and it's so interesting having been on a podcast.
Wait, we're on a podcast?
What?
Having been on a podcast since 2011, back when it wasn't back before it was cool, so that's us. But seeing how much it's grown to the point where it's a joke, and it's hey man, we're 346 deep at this point. Let's choose the plan. 5 episodes per month, monthly billing, editing and transcription. I want you to guess how much it costs. For
$400.
For 500 episodes, or not $500, 5 episodes per month.
$250.
250?
400.
Matt? You're both low. $479 a month. Wait, check this out. Maximum raw editing up to 1 hour per episode. So that's 5 hours for $479.
Oh, well, and that's raw, right? So that means you can give them an hour of
Yep.
audio and they'll edit that down to a shorter episode.
That's possible. No, it says maximum raw editing up to 1 hour per episode. Oh, I don't know what that means. That's a weird way of wording that. But that's editing and transcription.
So here's the problem,
Matt,
John.
Editing only is $299 a month.
You're illustrating the problem, John.
Is that I'm doing this for our podcast, and I'm not making shit.
No, it's that this article did not exist to actually help spread knowledge. It existed to bring you to their website so that they could sell their service. There's no good advice on the internet for anything. It all just is trying to funnel you into selling something.
I can't imagine paying a trial episode. Can I do this without getting my credit card information in?
Yeah.
I want to just give them just a 3-hour shit show podcast we did.
Privacy.com.
Yeah, that's one from the Modern
This is
Road,
such
right?
bullshit. Now check this out. Trial episode. Editing only trial, $70. It's not even free. You're going to pay us $70 to edit an episode.
Trial.
Where is this happening?
Trial.
Sorry. What company is doing this? I want to know these people. I want to guess. I want everyone to guess where they live. Where is this? Is this San Francisco? It's got to be, right?
Bangladesh.
Yeah, it's definitely a foreign country. I'm gonna go with Ukraine.
Okay, so I was wrong with that. It is a foreign country. Here's the founder and CEO, Carly Van Heerden. In February 2015,
Luxembourg?
Carly launched the We Edit podcast after seeing the amount of work that went into producing her husband's podcast. She's just like this put upon a wife whose husband's like, hey, here's my stupid podcast I do with my buddies. Can you edit this for me, babe? And she said there had to be some solution, some way to speed up the podcast editing process and win back those precious hours to focus on what really matters. And doesn't elaborate on what really matters. So I guess I don't know what really matters. And so
really
We Edit Podcast was born.
She's going to edit everyone else's podcast and ignore her husband.
Carly believes in giving podcasters back their precious time for their precious money and supporting them in every aspect of getting the best version of their show to their audience. Having built a prominent client list made up of Fortune 100 companies, not Fortune 500, these are the top hundo, NGOs, celebrities, and more. She believes that podcasting is only really getting started.
Is she going to list any of those famous people and companies?
She believes that podcasting is only really getting started in the big array of things being developed in the world. What a sentence there. Today, Carly lives in Calgary, Canada, where she's a prominent influencer in the community. Here's her Insta, and loves connecting and supporting with other incredible women in business. When she's not working, you'll find her supporting a local coffee shop, enjoying brunch in the sun, or taking a walk along the river with her puppy Rio.
That's just going out for coffee and brunch.
This person, there's an image of her on this website, and I want to know what website service she did to, like, she is doing a podcast editing service. She used, obviously, like a website creation and marketing service, because there's no way she made this professional website herself. And then, can we keep going down the rabbit hole to find out who actually is doing all of the work? Because, like, okay, she's not editing your podcast on this. Who is editing your podcast?
People from Fiverr.
You should reverse Google image search her face.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's got an Insta, which I'm going to follow. Her Insta is mostly photos of herself in the horrible Instagram way of, like, posing in front of things and, like, with brand things here. She's, like, posing in front of some coffee that she's making and with the brand pointed out. I'm not going to say that she's not particularly pretty. She's all right. You know, she's Instagram pretty, I guess. She got 13,000 followers. Like, this was like, you're obviously not interested in podcasting, lady. like there's just, it's like this Instagram is enormous, like, with the amount of, like, fucking sponsored posts. So, like, this is someone who is, like, just created a thing. Here we go. Entrepreneur, blogger, and fashionista, she says on her Twitter profile. We edit podcasts.
So she's a middleman matching that with editors.
Yeah. Must got to be like editors on Fiverr or something.
All right. Her husband, who she mentions, is Jacques Van Heerden, who has much less followers than... No, she has 600 followers on Twitter. Sorry. That's like spitting distance of me. Her husband, Jacques Van Heerden, has almost 4,000 followers on Twitter. He is a quote-unquote media entrepreneur, investor, crypto, esports startups. Latest project, And Ken Gaming, professional esports organization with 160 followers. Chairman, the And Ken Group. So this is like a guy who looks like, based on his profile, his parents are probably rich. He went to college, and he's like, what are you going to do when you graduate? And he's like, I'm going to be an investor. It's like getting the money that my parents gave me and spending it on crypto. Like, that's all I need to say to get your information. Like,
and here's the good part about the internet. we have no way of knowing if any of this is real. Like, you can just make a professional looking website. You can buy Instagram followers.
All I want to say that you need to know about Jacques van Heerden is that he posted definitely worthy of a listen, intellectually stimulating of a post that Scott Adams has put out. So you know this is a good guy.
Who's Scott Adams?
The guy who created Dilbert, who's also an enormous Trump stan.
Oh, no.
Now. Like, this is like an alien world of like people not living in, like, his wife is going around taking, like, because like she's the Instagram, you know, where like it's just her like with a coffee in front of like a fucking plant being like,
she's supporting local coffee shops, John.
You know what I mean? But it's like clearly someone is taking a photo of you with a professional camera and then you're putting it on your Instagram. Like, this is not like what social media was originally intended to be. It's like you're using this as like a self-promotion. Like, it's this whole like Instagram world that exists of like everyone trying to like out cool each other basically, and like oh shit, he got an Xbox One X with a Fallout 76 here. It says apparently it was easier to buy an Xbox than dust off the PS4. Oh shit, he just bought an Xbox on a whim. Anyway, sorry, just these people really piss me the fuck off. Like, I'm sorry, eat the rich. That's the 2019 photo. But also, if edit your own fucking podcast, it's easy as shit to edit a podcast. You can do it in Audacity, for fuck's sake, for free. Or you can get, like, an old version of Adobe Audition off, like, Amazon for real cheap, and that'll work. You know? Like, you don't need to pay someone $400 fucking dollars a month. Anyway, the We Edit Podcasts has 442 followers. I am so interested. They have DMs open? No, they don't.
Can you invite her on for an interview?
I just want to know who's doing the editing. You know what I mean? Is it her? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, no, because she started it because she saw how boring editing her husband's podcast was.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So there's no way
She's
that
like,
her solution to that was just, I'm going to edit everybody's podcast.
Okay.
The solution has been, I'm going to find some chumps to edit podcasts for me.
Okay, so just going down the We Edit Podcast Twitter page, I'm gonna give him a follow. Oh wait, here we go. There's a couple suggested links here that may lead me to the answer that I was looking for. Always find the time to make what you feel. Always find time for the things that make you feel happy to be alive. Emojis. It's a new month, which means new opportunities. And it's just like one Instagram photo of her, you know? She wrote hashtag weekend vibes, hashtag fry yay, hashtag we edit podcasts. Here's my favorite. Hashtag poscasting. I hope she's saying she's like positivity podcasting is like a term, and it's not just misspelled podcasting. But anyway, it's just like you know, you've got some of this social media management going on your account where you're posting like auto posting stuff.
Yeah,
like this
is shit from NASA though. It's not.
No. But this is clearly like a completely, like, she's paying someone to do this account. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just the insanity of the world of the rich. Like, boggles my mind. Like, just like. These people, there's no way she's working, like, on these things. Like, there's just too much to be doing, to be Instagram photoing, to be editing podcasts, and then like most of these posts are posts to like blog articles, like the one that I just read. You know what I mean? Like, here's a website, here's an article. So she's paying someone to write these like podcasting blog posts. My question is, like, who's doing the editing? Are they just going to Fiverr? You know what I mean? Like,
that's what it has to be,
right?
Also, what is the editing? Is it just like throwing on an end song and an intro song, or?
No. So here's the straight up real answer to this. So when I clicked on We Edit Podcast, there was a couple suggested pages. There was a page called Resonant Recordings here, which looks like a podcast editing studio. Let's check out services. Standard package, $60 per episode. They're doing it. So how much would $60 per episode be per episode?
Oh, wait, what?
Sorry. What's 60 times 5 is 300.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's what she's selling.
So she's
basically
just
probably
funneling it to another company.
and then skimming like 10% off the top or whatever. You know what I mean?
That's kind of brilliant.
It is, and that reminds me of some of the craziest fucking scams I've heard of, or not scams, but TJ. I'm telling you, this is what you need to do to make some extra cash right here.
Okay.
Go to your local Trader Joe's. So there's a couple that's done this and said they made $30,000 in 2018 doing this. Is they'll go to Trader Joe's, buy 2 cases of their everything bagel, seasoning shaker, right? And then sell it on Amazon because you can't buy Trader Joe's products outside of Trader Joe's on Amazon for like $4 or $5 a bottle. It's $1.99 at Trader Joe's.
Really?
And so they just would go to Trader Joe's and drive around the state and just pick up a couple cases, every time, and then just sell them on Amazon. They'll get 200 or 300 of these bottles for, would it be 400 to $600, and then make 1,500 to 2,000 off of them, just selling. That's how it works. Anyway, so that's obviously probably what she's doing, or she's going to Fiverr.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
way,
it's necessarily
just doing the marketing and the
she's
middling
drop shipping
stuff.
editing services.
That's what I was gonna say,
basically.
yeah.
Oh man,
I want to scam. I want to do.
That's
a
what I'm
scam.
saying, Matt. You gotta get on the scam.
I gotta make a scam.
You could edit. I'm just telling you right now, Matt. You could professionally make a lot of money if you just did some podcast editing. Matt, would you like to edit this podcast for free?
How much money would I be making? Yeah.
You can have all of the money I made off of Patreon.
Nope. No, not enough.
No, he hasn't pulled anything from Patreon yet.
I know. There's not that much there, though. Only a couple hundred.
We got to come up with our own pyramid scheme.
No. I feel like I need to take that money off of... I'll apologize. I made fun of her appearance a little bit. She's fine. I was just joking. Because, Instagram is just, all of these modelly looking people.
She's got that, rich white Instagram look
Exactly. Maybe that's what I'm saying. She looks very stereotypical Instagram. I mean, because these photos are clearly all professionally taken.
Oh, yeah.
The lighting.
Well, I just saw the one on their, about our company page. I couldn't find her Instagram. And it's very clearly they did a photo shoot at a coffee shop to get some promo
what's
pics.
Crazy is that I bet that she's probably doing that thing we talked about where she's holding up products and pretending to be sponsored by them. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. We should do that. I mean, it'd be so easy. Always got to drink my Capital
I
Brewery.
like to drink my Cock and Bull ginger beer.
Yeah, every time I watch. Yeah, we're totally... I won't say if we're getting sponsored or not, but, there's the can in the image.
Wink.
It's just... Oh, my God. It just reminds me... Have you watched Black Mirror?
I think there's some from the most recent season that I haven't seen.
Did you see Nosedive? The one with Bryce Howard, Dallas Howard? Bryce?
Oh, yeah.
That's what this world feels like with Instagram. It's all just fake... it's so insane.
It's crazy.
How people live like that.
The different social media sites are each a different episode of Black Mirror.
Right,
that's Instagram. Twitter is the Waldo moment, definitely. I don't know what Facebook is.
I'm going to contact We Edit Podcast. So we're going to follow up on this next week. Get in touch. Mailing address. I could just mail them. Can I just email? Yeah. All right. hello@weeditpodcast.com. Copy email address. I'm going to actually log into the Born in the 80s.
Make it official.
Yeah, I got an email from our Gmail to this. What do you want me to ask her?
Ask her if she does
Do you do all the editing yourself?
No,
That's what I'm gonna ask.
I was going to take it a different direction and say, like,
Okay.
can we get a free consult? You know, can you just give our podcast a listen and tell us what you do with it?
This is how we get our viral listening. Is we just reach out to all these.
We're
hey.
we're really interested in dropping some serious coin on your editing services, but we need to know that your vision matches our vision. So we'd like you to take a look at our podcast and tell us what you do with it. We're really looking to become influeners. Influentain.
Yeah, yeah. You use jargon. Use made-up jargon. It's great. Influtainers.
All right. What was her name? Sorry, I just want to ask.
Carly Van Heerden.
It's not Carly, is it? Is it Carly?
Yeah, that's what the founder and CEO, Carly,
It's not-
C-A-R-L-I.
Oh, with an I. With an I. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, there's got to be some stank on that somewhere. All right. So there's an I. Carly.
Oh, iCarly?
Editing each
Is that
episode.
Carly with an I?
So I want to see what I get back if I get a form letter back, because then I'll know it's somebody's obviously just running this, like through a third party.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I wrote, hello at weeditpodcast.com is the thing. Editing services. Hi, I was just wondering how the editing services work for this. Is it Carly editing each episode? Just wondering how it all works. Thanks. And then
at the bottom in Russian, right, we know your secrets.
No. Matt, you don't know how to do this. I'm teaching you. That is a second or third email
Okay.
twist.
Just
You-
like start
you can't go
accidentally
strong 'cause
slipping
they're-
into Russian.
Exactly. You
See
can't
if
go
they notice.
strong because they'll just stop.
Okay.
You gotta like slowly build the crazy in.
And you can't sound like you're smart pretending to be not smart.
All right, so let's go to www.bornintheeighties.net is the website, and let's see if what happens. And I'll have to check the website log to see if there's a log, an IP address from Calgary or something, or what, or if it's one of the 8 million people that go to our website from like China.
We're very popular in China. People that can't understand what we're saying really love our podcast.
I just want to mention I want to bring up the like Libsyn because we use Libsyn. Like shout out to Libsyn.
Because
All I
we're
have to say-
classic like that.
All I have to say, this is not sponsored in any way. Libsyn's podcast hosting service is the fucking tits. It works so well. It's always up. It publishes to every service. It has built-in players, and it's $20 a month. Like, it is so amazing. And it works like so well. It's like so many professional podcasts use it. Like they talk about we have all these. They actually have like a list of like huge shows that do use this service. So it's just great. I mean, people use SoundCloud. I'm sure SoundCloud's great, but I'm a Libsyn guy, like forever through and through. I just want to look at the stats. I just want to see
After
where
we're
we
done
got
with
some.
this, I want to talk about a thrift store stupid find I got.
Okay. So we have downloads per country. When is this period of time? Last 10 episodes, maybe it's doing. I don't know. Anyway, it's going to say it's got 1,134 downloads in some time period. Or from the U.S. Canada's 39. Wow, we got to work on our Canada listenership.
Well, we've just alienated the most powerful podcaster in Canada.
It's all U.S., so this is sad. We got Mexico 3 downloads. We got 1 Colombia download.
Yeah.
3 from Brazil. 1 Peru. 1 Argentina. This is just the basic $20 per month Libsyn. You get this fucking awesome stuff. 3 in Russia.
That is the cool part of Libsyn, the analytics.
China's number 2 with 23. Let's see here. India's got 2. Pakistan 1. Oh, we're winning. India's winning the Pakistan India war of Born in the 80s listenership right now. 1 Philippines, 17 Aussies. Oh, that's nice.
But they
1
have to
Saudi
listen
Arabia.
to our podcast upside
We have
down.
1 podcast episode download from Iraq, I'd like to mention. No Korea or Japan, though. This is disappointing.
Oh, man. Not even North Korea?
26 French downloads, 43 UK, 2 Ireland, 13 Spain. This is just cool. Like 2 in Sweden. None in my homeland of Norway. That's disappointing. 5 Poland, Germany's 15. Yeah, so it's just really kind of neat, like how you can get like that information.
I figured out a way that we can increase our international audience. Every week we'll pick one random country and call a random phone number in that country, and then interview them live on air, and then tell them all to just
all right. I want to
spread the word on WhatsApp or whatever.
So, just to mention the listens per user agent. So this is where it came from. Google bot video is 333. I don't know what that is. Google bot dash video. Where would that be posted? This is just really interesting. This is a little behind. This is a little sausage making episode.
I mean, is that just their crawling bot?
What is Google bot dash video? It's got the most.
Yeah, it's a web scraping bot.
Got it. Oh, good. So the number one.
Why would it even include that in the list?
I don't know. The second one is obviously Apple Core Media. Stitcher is third, almost as many as Apple. I need to go on our Stitcher account because we actually get a lot of listens off Stitcher.
Yeah, and Stitcher, for anyone that doesn't podcast, Stitcher is kind of bullshit where it'll just download your episode from your feed and rehost it.
Yeah, so
if
we
you're
could
getting
be
a bunch of
tons.
listens on Stitcher, you'll have no way of knowing.
Yeah. The thing called Bullhorn, which must be another scraper. And then just Chrome, which I'm assuming is people looking at our webpage on Chrome and playing the player off of that.
I use Edge.
Yeah, where's WordPress? Okay, check this out. There's a thing called Stage Fright / Beyonce. What is that? Anyway,
Beyonce's direct internet.
Beyonce's direct internet. We got.
I think
Beyonce.
I've gotten emails from Stage Fright
Okay,
about like, pay us money and we'll promote your podcast.
so it must have been a scraper thing as well.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just thought that was really interesting. Yeah, I'm just saying, don't get scammed. I'm telling people out here, I think everyone should do podcasting if they want to. It's not for everybody, but if you enjoy doing it, like I'm not doing this to get millions of listeners. I'm doing this because I love talking to my best friends, Matt and TJ, every week and having great conversations that I can go back and listen to and enjoy. That's all I care about. The fact that we get, listeners to listen every week that aren't us is pretty cool too. So thank you guys for listening.
Yeah.
I want to get internet famous.
Me too.
Okay, so if we want to do that, then you guys need to do some actual work.
I do work,
Because I edit every
just
episode.
not on the podcast.
The marketing stuff is what I would need help with if you want that to happen. Because I already spend too much time on this podcast a week. That is the 3 hours.
I could buy us a bunch of fake Twitter followers.
No, I can't anymore. The website that I use doesn't allow you to do that anymore.
I don't have access to the 80s podcast Twitter account. We don't need to talk about that.
Okay.
And I'll post random stuff from it.
Yeah, if you want to.
Get that engagement up.
Oh yeah, I joined Crowdfire, like you said.
Yeah, well, all their useful stuff.
I can't. Everything is behind a pay gate.
Yeah, all
like
their useful
anything
stuff
useful.
is gone now because Twitter got pissed off at them for like the audience building tools that they were using.
Yeah.
So like everything I was using them for, I can't anymore.
Yeah. So, anyway, no, I think that the actual like information I took away from this would be useful is we gotta get that Keegan episode on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like just a video, or not even not video of it, but like.
It's like
The audio with
you won't believe what Keegan Michael Key says in this podcast.
He talked to Quizbot. I want to tell people, if you come on and guest on our podcast and you talk to Quizbot, you're talking to the bot that grilled Keegan Michael Key. So it's the same bot. It's the same. It's the same bullshit stack of questions that he got.
I love how many moves those cards have been through.
Yeah, they're like getting to the point where they're like getting old. They're like really soft. The paper's getting, like they're not
I'm
like.
surprised they're not yellow.
I know, right? Well, if they were at Adam's place, I'm surprised they aren't yellow. All the fucking smoke in there. Yeah. So, yep. Yeah, so that's it. I don't know. I just wanted to rant a bit there about the world and podcasting, but I also just wanted to say how much I appreciate everyone that listens and my two hosts.
Oh, I
who
appreciate
feel
you
like
too.
you guys are like probably been on more episodes than anyone else now.
Probably.
Right?
Matt, for sure.
When did we start having TJ on this?
I have no
About 2
idea. It
years ago.
seems like forever.
I mean, the podcast has been around for
We've
8
been.
years.
Let's put it this way: we've been doing it this way for so long. I can't remember any of the other host combinations.
Well, okay, so let's just go. Let's just do. This is like the retrospective episode. So it
Yep.
started out with me and Adam.
You wanted Lance to be a permanent fixture, but it was just you and Adam to start.
It was me and Adam to
You
start.
got Lance a little bit.
Lance started joining us like maybe 5 or 6, 7 episodes in.
Yep.
He was hard to get on because he basically.
Didn't
Lance
feel
is an interesting character. He's been a friend for a while. I like Lance. He's a nice guy most of the time, and he's a generally good person most of the time. But Lance is a guy who learned early on that Lance is the number one person that Lance needs to care about. So when the podcasting became difficult for Lance to commit to, he was out. There was no I was like, hey, I really do need some hosts to help out. Lance is like, I'm done. So like it's just like, he's doing his own thing. He's not. You know that about him. So he joined me and Adam for a while, and then we
Matt
added.
was on an early episode somewhere.
He was, yes. We had a couple guests. I had friends guest on.
Yep.
And then I had. Was Rob on as a guest before he started his podcast? I feel like we've spawned a few
Yes.
podcasts. I feel like we've spawned a few podcasts based on this. We're like the grandfather of a bunch. But anyway, his podcast is really good. I don't know if he's still doing it. 10 minutes about your favorite movie?
No.
Okay.
We kept it up for a little while after he moved to Minnesota,
yeah.
but then
He moved away.
It's just too
That makes it
much
difficult.
of a pain.
Yeah. So, but that was a really cool show. I'm sure all the old episodes you can get, it's cool. Right?
Yeah,
Maybe?
they should still be up there.
Okay.
I haven't moved them. They're still on like a Libsyn thing that I'm paying $5 a month for. I have to.
Oh,
move
that's
them
the
over
nice thing
to,
about Libsyn too, is that you can drop it down to like $5 a month,
Yeah,
and they'll keep your archived.
but then if you
episodes.
I've retired a couple of shows, and you just have to download all the episodes and modify the RSS file, and you could just
You can put it on
put
your
them
own
on the same thing that's hosting the little podcast website.
thing. Okay.
So I could save myself $5 a month, but that's kind of a pain in the ass to do.
I
so
mean,
haven't done it yet.
and it's not your show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You helped produce it, but you wouldn't want something to fuck up with that. Just because it'd be bad for Rob, because that's a really cool show. He basically had people come on and you spend 10 minutes talking about your favorite movie. I talked about The Last Starfighter, which is not my favorite movie, because the way that goes is that you give him a list of your top 5 favorite movies, and he just picks one. I think that was the 5th one I threw in as I like that movie as a kid. So that's the one, of course, we talked about. Yeah, that was a really fun little show. You can listen to that.
Now, sometime before the betrayal, I think Lance was a permanent
The
host.
Betrayal.
That was an important change to the podcast.
Yeah, it was. So it was me and Adam and Lance for a long time. And then Adam moved to Illinois.
Yes.
And so he kind of went off the podcast because we didn't really do that. And I had the whole room set up to record. And then we took Adam's room and turned it into a podcast studio.
Yep.
I put up all sorts of stuff all over the walls. Had a table in the middle with all this cool stuff. It was really awesome. So we turned the room into a podcast studio, which is really cool. I own a house and I don't even have that. It's not built for that space. But
I think Adam left somewhere around 8 to 10 episodes after the bomb episode where everyone exploded and died. No, Adam exploded and died.
Yeah, that's right. That was part of it. He died. So anyway, he moved off, and so I got my friend Tyler. This is historically Tyler at the time. We went to college together, and he'll be that in all the episodes. We've referred to him as Mercury, is a she now. So but back then he was I'll just say Mercury was our guest back then. It's complicated when you're talking about the past.
I know it's.
But I was just say Mercury was our host, known as Tyler Falco Shot back in the day. He had to say Falco every time.
Yeah.
This is brand, I guess. But anyway, so
well, he was originally his first appearance, I think, was as a guest because he was promoting his show.
Yes.
What was his show?
What was the one with Snickers the Monster?
Oh, the two of me?
Yes, I know.
The Two of Me.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Which I'm sure you can't find that anywhere, but it was.
I have episodes.
It was a podcast with two hosts, and one of them was a puppet.
Yes, it was him talking to himself as a puppet. And he was like, I'm going to put out 20 episodes or like an episode a day.
Yeah.
And I was like, man,
that's Mercury.
dude, that's a lot of work that I don't think you're understanding right now. But they were really short. So anyway, apologies for the gendering here. It's just going to be a mess. We know you're she. It's just hard. So she joined us for
Quite a while.
as a guest for a long time. So it was me,
Yes.
Mercury, Lance, doing a show,
Matt.
and sometimes Matt.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Matt would come in sometimes. And you started a show with Mercury,
Yes.
Running with Scissors, which I think I have every episode downloaded on my computer now. 'Cause I want to listen to that show. I like that show, but you guys had a fun show, and he was on my show, so he's doing two shows. And Lance and Mercury didn't see eye to eye a lot of times. Lance is the type. I love Lance. He's like me. He likes to needle people, and he likes to roast people.
Yes, yes, he does.
And in a good-natured way, kind of. He doesn't take. He doesn't take the roasting as well as he puts it out.
He also has a very strong opinions about very strange things.
Yeah, very strong opinions about random things that don't warrant the strength of opinion sometimes. Anyway, interesting guy. So he and Mercury had. I'd love to go back and listen to that episode and get that.
I need to find it again.
Because there is some definite tension in that episode.
Yep.
And I
Well, yeah,
believe
wasn't it just like there was a
Mercury
big
yells
chunk
at Lance
cut
a whole
out?
bunch. I don't even know. I think I deleted all the audio from that because it was a period where they basically got into a huge argument because Lance was basically just, and if you know Mercury and Tyler at the time, he is a very enthusiastic, or she's a very enthusiastic person, and very like one of the coolest people to ever talk to. Like not super detail oriented, very gullible in like the best way, like super willing to believe anything you do. And Lance used that to his benefit to make fun of her for everything that she did. And there came a point where the razzing was too much razzing. And there was a blow up, and it was basically a situation where I had two hosts that didn't want to be on a show together, and me, who wanted to do a show with both of them.
Yep.
And it was hard to. I think we reconciled for a short period, and then everyone kind of spun off in their various ways. I don't remember how exactly it happened. I think I got Lance to come back for a little bit more of maybe just me and Lance for a bit, and then I was like, "Hey, Matt, you're not doing the show with Mercury anymore." Because Running with Scissors kind of ended. And I was like, you should be on this. You've guessed it enough. Like, you should do this with me. And then I was like, we could do this over the internet. Or,
yeah.
Or was it when I had
that
Adam?
was lucky for you. That was like right after my big breakup. And I was like, shit, I need to like fill all of my hours. Or I'm going to fucking die.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I think there must have been a period there where it was me and Adam over the internet for a long time.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
Yeah, that was what happened. And I was like, you know what? We're just going to record over the internet. It'll be back to the basics. And then after a while, Adam, the commitment was difficult for Adam. I know it's really hard to weekly spend 2 hours talking to someone. It's a big commitment, I know. But too much for Adam to do it all the time. So I was like, let's have Matt on. So when you're not around, I've got someone to talk to.
So during this time, when you started
Yep.
getting Matt back on,
Yep.
is when I started getting when I had a smartphone finally,
Okay.
and I started listening to the
TJ
episodes,
Dumbphone May. No
starting
longer.
from where I left off after episode 6.
Okay.
And I was going through the entire history of the podcast and posting random
You're
stuff.
like a serial killer.
Basically.
Going through our archives and learning everything. But you were like commenting about cool stuff that you had found in old episodes.
Yeah, just going through it, and thought maybe I'd like catch up to you, but apparently you don't check the @80s podcast Twitter so often. So
I do.
There was only a few times when I added you specifically that we started talking again, and that's when I'm like, I think I joined your Patreon mostly because I thought if I could bribe you, you'd let me on a podcast episode.
And it worked.
See, and it worked. So that's it. You've learned the key to my heart is bribery.
Yep.
No, but I don't know. We need another host. I think 3 is a good number.
Yeah.
I think 2 is a good number, to be honest. But 3 is better because
Yeah.
with
2 is
2 it's
fine.
difficult.
With 3, you always have like kind of a rotating thing where one person can check out and
Yeah.
the other
Yeah.
2 can carry it for a
Yeah.
little while.
Well, and that's the thing, because we do this online now. And with 2 people, it's really difficult online. Because you just have to be, it's a phone conversation. You have to be checked in the whole time. You can't go off looking up a thing that you want to talk about next because you're like, there's dead air. You know what I mean? When you have 3 people, Matt can go off and pee.
Yeah.
While
And
we're
I
talking.
do frequently.
Yeah.
And then you can talk about me while I'm gone.
Yeah, and we totally do every episode.
Uh-huh.
So, you should know that that's a running segment in every episode. Is when Matt's gone, I play music, I timestamp it.
Matt's your analysis.
I'm gonna make you think that there's a elaborate segment for when you're gone. That's what happens every time. Yeah, so it works out with having 3 people. But anyway, then it's been like this for that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I kind of want to like look back.
And even during this, couple of ideas I had have turned into how the formats work, like doing the live shows on Twitch.
Oh yeah.
I
the
forgot
Twitch
we
thing.
didn't used to do that.
No, it used to be on YouTube just because the way Hangouts worked. It was like, let's do YouTube. Like, it's just going to do YouTube live anyway, so let's just do it.
Yeah.
But then TJ was like, we should just do it on Twitch. Because there's like an audience on Twitch.
Yep.
And now 2 of us are partners, affiliates. I always forget which one's the one we are.
Not me. I'm the hardest working man.
Partner's
born
the
in
big
the 80s.
the big one, right?
Partner's the big one, yeah.
Okay. Now 2 of us are affiliates and 1 is a failure. John, that's you.
John's busy.
Just looking back at how long we've been doing this, I'm gonna throw out some episode numbers and titles for you. Knuckles the Enchilada. Remember Knuckles the Enchilada? That was 267. That's how long ago that was. Yeah, that was in. Let me get the date on that. May 31st, 2017. That was almost 2 years ago.
Yep.
Notch Needs a Friend. From April 2017. I want to pinpoint the point where TJ joined us.
It's around episode like 210 or so. It's going to be around August or September of 2016.
Episode 250 was named Melissophilia. Pot Poke Moms was 243.
Oh, nice one.
That was definitely one that TJ was on. Sorry, we're just listing podcast episodes at this point, but I'm just going back in the past and just trying to figure out exactly.
Episode 240 of Dyslexics 420. I named that before we started the episode.
All right, here we go. I think you're right. It was right about 214 is called World of Boarcraft. And
Okay.
it was John and Matt talk all things Blizzard. I don't think TJ was on that episode. Koozie Chronicles, the very first episode. of that. I'm gonna look at this. Oh, I click to look at the description. That's completely useless because the description is all on the first page anyway. John and Matt. I didn't realize there were so many episodes of just me and you, and maybe a little bit of Adam every once in a while.
No, I have no memory of any of those.
Yeah. Oh, you're like spot on, TJ, though, because like you have like a fucking memory for numbers here because we are like, here's TJ. Divergent storylines. TJ's on the cover image. The Danku tree. That was me and you and Adam and Matt. So there's a four banger there.
Yes, I was having internet troubles that day, but
you were.
Made it work.
Anyway, so 230. Totally Rad Guide to North Korea 229, 2016. Wow, you've been on here it'll be 3 years in the fall, TJ.
Yep.
Giraffe is trainable for war.
Yep.
Oh my god. Hashtag hack the menu. That had to have you on there.
Yeah, I was on it.
The
flooding. That was the website before we took it over.
Anyway, so it looks to be about like 225, I'll say. Yep, we were joined by TJ, the very first thing. So the 225, I think, is the first official co-host part.
15 squared.
So 225 to 346. That's how many episodes you've been on.
122. This is the 122nd episode.
122 episodes. That's longer than a lot of people have been on this show, TJ.
It doesn't include non-numbered episodes, and then I also wasn't on like the Christmas
It doesn't really matter, though. I'm just saying, TJ, significantly, you've been on more of this podcast than most people.
Yeah.
Probably more than Lance, more than Mercury, more than Adam.
I've been on for more than 1/3 of the numbered episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying,
dream
TJ.
team.
That's all I'm saying, TJ. You make the dream work.
I watched Red State because of this podcast.
It's an alright movie.
I intentionally did not listen to that rest of that episode.
Oh, because you wanted to not be spoiled?
I kept listening to the podcast, and then when I eventually watched Red State, I went back.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that movie was fucked up.
Yeah. Isn't he directing movies again? Are they putting something out soon?
They're doing a Jay and Silent Bob movie.
Good. I'm glad.
Kevin Smith is all
my
skinny.
Fitbit warned me it's time to go to bed. How much time have we got? How long have we been on here? Is this a long episode?
About an hour and 45.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we talked a lot of seriousness.
TJ had something you wanted to get to, right?
Yes. Maybe?
It's a somewhat short story.
Okay.
Right.
Let's do this.
Thrift store find.
All right. Cue the Macklemore intro music.
I was thinking that I need to get something.
You
like
need
that.
to now. It's too late.
I'm gonna pop some collars. I got this.
That's better than anything Macklemore's put out. You talking about want to manufacture beef? Fucking put me on that Macklemore. Let's fucking beef, man.
Yeah, let's beef with Macklemore.
I want to beef with that dude. I wonder if I could. He probably could beat me in a fist fight. Although
Probably.
I do definitely have a height, reach, and weight advantage on that skinny fucker.
All right. So.
What is he doing now? Sorry.
This past
Fuck
Thursday was my
this
day
guy.
off. So when I came in on Friday, I always just I don't like looking at stuff because I don't like buying stuff I don't need.
Yeah.
But inside the showcase, which is usually where they have the jewelry and a lot of the stuff that they need to lock up because they're worried people will steal it, there was a little piece of gaming history that I thought was really interesting. And all day I'm like, I kind of want this. I kind of want this.
Mm-hmm.
It was a super multi-tap for the Super Nintendo made by Hudson Soft, the same company that makes the Bomberman games. It was a little dirty, a little discolored. It was only $10.
Wait, sorry, what was the game?
Oh, it wasn't a game. It was the multi-tap. It was a super multi-tap.
Wait, so the game-making company made a hardware thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Because
that's why I was confused.
They want Bomberman to have 4 or 5 players later.
Got it. So this was the Bomberman
yes.
specific peripheral.
so I mean, there were a couple of other games that used it. Lots of sports games. You know, the NBA Jamses.
Isn't that crazy? Like before the N64, it was like 2 people can play.
It's 2 people. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, Nintendo had some official ones for the old Nintendo. They had the 4-score and the satellite. But for the Super Nintendo, Nintendo did not officially make a product. They licensed products, but they didn't officially make one. So it was just kind of loose in the case, and I kind of wanted it. And then later in that day, they had a cart in the back. They're like, hey, this is full of a bunch of games. If you got time, if you want to price them, go ahead. Because I know a little bit more, and I can look things up a little faster, and I'm comfortable with pricing certain things. And as I was doing stuff, people kept handing me more and more things. And then someone handed me another Super Multi-Tap.
Wow.
In box. In plastic.
Wow, really?
Looking brand new.
Okay. Is that worth money?
Not really. Not as much as you'd think, at least.
It looks like on eBay they're listed at like between $30 and $40, but I don't know if anybody's bidding that.
So I looked up the eBay prices. I specifically looked at the sold ones. Kind of looked at, ones that were more newish, and I gave it a $20 price tag. I'm like, if this thing doesn't sell by the end of the day, because we were given green light to actually buy things that were priced same day today, I'm gonna buy it. So I now have a new in-box Super Multi-Tap. Just in case, let's say maybe down the line, I pick up a copy of Secret of Mana for Super Nintendo, that nice action RPG.
Mm-hmm.
I could play that 3 players.
With who?
Like kids or something, I don't know.
I'm seeing now.
Just a question about your kids playing. Are they like? Do they like not like old games though because they're old? Like I'm wondering if that's like a thing.
I don't know.
They still like play Mario and stuff?
Yeah, they were just playing Mario Odyssey today.
No, like old Mario.
Kind of. They did try out over at a family friend's house. They have an NES Classic, and they were trying to play Mario and Mario 3 on that.
I always wonder if like kids are just gonna be like, this looks bad and old, so I don't want to play it.
Oh, and on a completely different note, just because I stopped at a GameStop or whatnot on my day off on Thursday.
Yeah.
So I had to kill some time. I guess I now own an NES Classic too.
Hey!
And I have an NES Classic and an SNES Classic.
Hey, they're nice little things. They're not super expensive. Oh wait, PlayStation Classic price check.
I'm seeing that they also made a Super Multi-Tap that looks like Bomberman's face.
Yes, they did, and those look cool.
Yeah, that looks sweet.
Ones that look like Bomberman's head.
PlayStation Classic is $50.
Is it still 40 at Target, or are they out of that?
It's 50 on Amazon. I will say that someone's brought up the point of buying one of these. There actually is a point to buying it because it comes with 2 controllers, and the controllers are USB and work for any game on PC.
So exactly.
So you can get a PlayStation emulator on your PC.
Yeah. So you're just paying like $50 for 2 controllers?
Yeah, and the controllers are supposedly not too bad, so it's kind of like...
I want to buy it for the controllers and just to play Intelligent Cube on the Classic, even if the emulation's crap.
I mean, I like how we thought this would be terrible, when we talked about it, like it just wasn't going to happen, like it wasn't going to be good, and we were so right.
Yeah.
It's the not best controller. It should be DualShock. It would have cost more, but they're fucking charging $99 anyway. And it did not have some of the most iconic games. Like, is Final Fantasy VII on this? Was that on this?
It is.
That's the only one, though. That's the only Square RPG on here.
Yep.
Like, how do you only have one? Anyway, sorry. And then
Did
it
they
also
do original Tekken and not Tekken 2?
No, they have Tekken 3.
Tekken 3.
Which is
original
fine.
Twisted Metal, not Twisted Metal 2.
The fact that also, like, the thing that really bothers me about these, and this is like a little after action report, is that there's only 20 games on this. there are so many more first-party Sony games that aren't on this they could have put on for basically nothing. Because these games, like Space, not super significant, you know?
No.
Like, they could have easily put a bunch of other games on here, but they didn't. Like, you're putting only 20 games out. Like, seriously. Like, the Super Nintendo one, I think, is only 20, right? Right?
Yeah, the Super
21.
Nintendo.
Yeah. But there's a very good, like, array of games on there. That's a very good, like, list of games. Like, you got, except for Chrono Trigger being off.
Yep.
Like, so...
I'm so sad about no Pilot Wings.
Fair enough. But that's just you.
I know, it is just me. I'm the only one who likes Pilot Wings.
But yeah, they just put a lot of bad stuff on here. Like Resident Evil 1, not 2 for some reason. Grand Theft Auto 1, not 2, which was the better game.
Do they have the Tony Hawk Pro Skater demo so I can listen to that
No
one
Tony
song
Hawk
over
Pro
and over?
Skaters.
No, not
Like,
even the full
that's-
game, just the demo. That's what
Yeah,
I played on
I
PlayStation.
played so much of that as well. But anyway, it's just sad that it's just disappointing, you know. But apparently it's pretty easy to, I think, mod as well. You can put a USB stick in one of them and update it to add the games that you want. Yeah, this person has a updated one with all the Crash Bandicoot games, Symphony of the Night, you know, all stuff it was missing basically. I think you can I forget, like, there's a max on this of like 40 games or 50 games. You know, but you know, it definitely could be done. Anyway, really annoying. Here's a review, just to end this, a little coda. M. Wayne says, 1 star, doesn't play PlayStation discs. Didn't mention in the product description, but this won't play your old games, only preloaded ones. This fucking guy. It's the only review that he's ever put up. Oh, that's sad. All right. Before we end, we talked about how we can SEO our podcast. So this is a call to action. Share the podcast with your friends.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Tell them how cool it
Tie
is.
them to a chair and force them to listen to all of the episodes.
I want
on repeat.
to challenge Mercury Stardust, the burlesque performer, to perform a burlesque performance to an entire 2-hour episode of Born
That's
in
never
the
gonna
Eighties.
happen.
It would be an incredible feat. He would be a world record burlesque performance feat. If she wants to do that, I'll do it. Secondly, TJ said we gotta have some controversy. I'm calling out Macklemore. He's the new. I had Will Wheaton before. Macklemore, new number 1 enemy of the podcast.
John's diss track is gonna drop.
Benjamin Hammond Haggerty, you motherfucker. Oh, I want to preface this and that I in no way dislike Macklemore as a person. I've never met him. I don't know this person. But because we need to manufacture conflict, that's what's going to happen now. And I hope that this blows up virally and then nobody listens to the end of a 2-hour podcast here where I'm describing this is completely 100% manufactured.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's
What
a great
we'll have
guy.
to do is clip out the part where you're dissing him so it's easily digestible.
Exactly. Macklemore, you motherfucker. You look like a heroin addict who isn't cool enough to actually do heroin. You are the whitest person since the second version of Michael Jackson. You are a cancer on society and music. You steal credit from your betters, and you should never have gotten any sort of recognition for your terrible music. All right, that's all I have to say. I could come up with some more Macklemore disses. But that's all I got off the cuff.
All right, I'm going to do some community engagement right now with something that I can't back up.
Okay. Always good.
The next 2 people that join our Discord can be guests on our podcast.
Oh, God.
All right. Yeah, fuck it. All right.
Oh, I don't know about how I like that.
I don't either, but maybe you'll get some people in the Discord.
It won't. You have to listen to this episode before you get on the Discord.
Maybe that Google video bot will join our Discord.
I do want to actually say, in terms of like giveaways, I actually do post links to free games.
Yeah,
in
like
the
a
Discord.
shitload of them.
So if you are joining our Discord,
Hey,
maybe
we should probably talk about that at the top of the show.
I'll do that next time. Just remind me. But because I have the Humble Bundle monthly, and so it has a lot of games I've already purchased on Steam. So I just put codes on the Discord for people to download for free because I ain't using them since I already have them. Also, Macklemore, your merch store for Gemini, the socks that I bought gave me fucking a rash and you're a cancer. Also, this clothes that you made for your album Gemini is terrible. There's a denim hat for $25 that I feel like if I wore that, I have to shoot myself in the head. Because it's the only thing. That's a hat you put on right before you commit suicide.
That's
my
hat
burn.
that I'm gonna find at the thrift store.
The thrift store.
Nobody wants it.
That's where it fucking belongs. Thank you, Matt. Boom. All your fucking shitty merch belongs at the thrift store, where you're gonna be working in 10 years.
I hate this website. This
Anyway.
intentionally bad web design to try
Yeah.
and look cool.
Are you on Macklemore's website?
Yeah.
It's kind of shitty. He has an activism page as well, which is great to have a big link to right away. Anyway, John_Danger on Twitter.com, the Hell website, Twitter.com. Try and tweet on there more. I actually have a John's Pad segment I want to tant. I got some pad stuff I've written.
Sanitary pads.
Sanitary pad. I actually write all of my notes, comedy notes for the podcast, on a sanitary napkin every day. Anyway, continue. Matt, who's next?
I'm Matt Haig. You can find me at youtube.com/MattHaigMusic or at MacklemoreMerch.com. Gemini. #Gemini.
Thank you.
TJ's muted. You can
TJ's
find
muted.
TJ
Yeah.
at May of May 84
84.
on Twitter. Or
Yep, that's it.
Thank you. I also want to apologize for the misgendering that happened of Mercury.
yeah, you tripped all over that shit.
I completely, none of it was intentional. She is a she and deserves to be recognized as such, so I just want to get that out of the way because I'm sure I fucked it up all over the place, which was difficult. So anyway, much love to our podcast host, sister. So
Yep.
Hail Satan.
hail Satan. Thank you.